Hello, my lovelies. Oh my goodness, it's so dark. I'm sorry, but I have to get the machine in. That's the star of the show. Um, this is the machine that I would recommend for a beginning sewer, a beginner sewer, and somebody also up to sort of an intermediate. Reason why I would recommend this is actually a Brother Innovis 10, and it's an anniversary model. And I recommend this model because it's got a great motor in it. It's really simple and it will grow with your skills. In fact, you probably could just use this machine full stop. Basically, you could just get some new attachment feet and things like that. I this came. Obviously, I was meant to sew because this came with me all the way from England. Yeah, hand luggage. I came with four suitcases, a lifetime in four suitcases. I know is it even possible, right? But this baby, this was not going to be left there. So obviously, I was destined to sew, right? And so I took this machine with me. And how did I acquire this machine? Well, I constantly was in the fabric stores purchasing patterns and fabrics and things like that. And somebody had actually given me a sewing machine, which was what a blessing, yes. But it kept jamming and it was quite old and things like that. So I was like, you know what, I went to actually get it serviced because it's tremendous, and I still have it in London, and I'll still have that in London. I'll get it serviced when I get back there. But it was the cost to actually get it serviced. I was like, oh crikey, maybe it's best for me to just upgrade. So I went into the store, and this lovely, lovely lady, Pauline, she's amazing, amazing lady. This is obviously, I don't know why I told you her name, but she's so fabulous. I went in there, I saw a machine. It was quite a basic machine. It, did a buttonhole and 5 stitches or something like that. And it was like a bargain. It was like $50, right? £50. I was like, yep, I'll have that. I've already got a sewing machine. I'll service that. It's a superb sewing machine. I'll service that. I'll just get this one. And she flat out refused to sell it to me. And I was like, why? She says, because you are a proper service. You're going to really expand your skills. You might be beginning now, sweetheart, but you're not always going to be a beginner. And you need a proper machine that's not going to frustrate you. And also, it's going to do some beautiful stitches. And I was like, what? Okay, so what would you recommend? And so, because I'm like, I have $50, sweetheart. I have £50. That's my budget. So, and she walked me through this machine, and thank you. It's very easy. You just select your stitches by a turn of a dial, literally. It has, what do we have? We have 16 stitches. We've got one, two, three I think we've got 4 buttonholes actually. I'd say 3 buttonholes. Got 3 different buttonholes, and you've got what that be? That'd be 13 stitches that you could do on this. It actually has, especially for stretch, you just go to number 3, and you can do your stretch fabrics on that. You just turn the dial, and obviously the display will indicate the correct width and length for the stitch. Winding the bobbin just could not be any easier. It's just really, you can't go wrong with that. It's just bamming you up there. What I love about it, it's got one of these. I'll show you another machine I got. If you've read my blog, you know all about that machine. And I love this little spool thing, and it comes with a cap. So you pop your thread there, and then you put this on, and that holds that tension perfectly. It's so easy to thread, seriously. And it comes with a thread, an automatic threader. Oh, where does the eyesight go? Huh? That's a lifesaver. There are few things that I will never not have on a sewing machine. One of them is a threader. And also, you don't actually need to use your foot pedal. You could just use your speed controls here, which is perfect. It also starts and stops with the needle down, which is so, especially if you're at corners and things like that, you want your needle down. You don't have to keep pushing the thing to get the needle down when it stops or when you stop sewing. So it does that all automatically for you. You've got a top, I don't know if you can see it. There we go. You've got a top bobbing, so you can actually see if your bobbing's getting low and things like that. It's so easy. You just pop it in, and you follow this little dial around right down there, it cuts the thread, you're ready to go. And it's so easy. And a lovely cant handle, just perfect. It's just a real breeze. It will really, if you ever, all you ever want to do is like sew garments and things like that, and you don't necessarily want to put any fancy stitchings on or anything like that, this will just, this is all you really need. And this, I think I paid £260, but I've seen it now for 216. And they must sell it. I actually don't know if I've seen it in America, but surely they must sell it in America. I've only ever seen it in England. I bought it in England, but they must, it's Brother, they must sell it here. They sell other machines. But this is the Brother Innovis 10 series. And then it's interesting because she told me about this machine, which was $260, which is 210 £260 more than what I wanted to purchase. And once she told me all about this machine and I've seen the beauty of it and I was testing it and it was amazing, I then decided that there was a blue one. I was like, well, what's the difference? Well, it was probably about £30 extra, and it had more stitches. But do you know how I made the decision between the two of them? I said, does it come in pink? Does it come in pink? And she says, no, just this one. That's why I got this one. I love pink. Doesn't pink make you feel so happy? I love pink. So that's why I got this one and not the blue one, which has got a lot more stitches. I think that's the Innovis. I think it's Innovis 10, 30 and 50, and I think that was the 30. It has a lot more stitches, same function, but a lot more stitches for your delight. So this is the machine I would recommend for you to start with. Beautiful stitches. Honestly, if you go to get a cheap machine like $50 or something like that, the stitches might be a little bit off, let's put it that way. If you're not sure that you want to take up sewing, I suggest you borrow somebody's sewing machine. Hopefully it works properly. But I suggest you borrow somebody's sewing machine, sew a basic apron project. Did you enjoy that? Was that fulfilling? Was it just exciting and you just couldn't wait to get it done and it was all exciting? If it was, then go into a fabric store that sells sewing machines and test drive some sewing machines and see which one gels with you. At the end of the day, so my dog is on the hunt for geckos. No gecko is safe on our line now. At the end of the day, it's an investment and it will make your work beautiful or not. Yes. And also the whole point of having a very easy machine to work with is to make your life easy and to make your projects run, smoothly. You don't want to be like the bobbing is all over the place and you'll hate sewing, and it's not the sewing, it's your equipment. Get the right equipment and you will love sewing. So I hope that serves you. This is my review. I think is a very great sewing machine for a beginner and intermediate. And if you never ever do anything other than sew garments and basically stretch straight stitch and a zigzag and just maybe put in a few buttonholes, you could just use this machine. Just keep it serviced, keep it clean, and you can probably just use this machine, period. That's how good it is. So I would recommend that. I hope this serves you, my lovelies, and till the very next video, toodles.